Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox, number 982. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yep, and wise people are throwing numbers at you, 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Oh, I hear you pretty good up there, Daryl. KJ6TYO 1009.
I'm pointing pretty much south.
Yeah, you're just a little over 9.
Wow. Gotta love that 50 watts.
Yeah, but Ronnie's got 100 now.
That sounds all right.
Yeah, I know.
Needs a longer transmission, but it sounds okay.
KM6SR, number 432. And good evening to Ron and Daryl and Aaron and John. And Mike, KM6SR. I'll be down eating.
Turn on your amp.
It's Mike Gain doing.
All right, stand by.
It's just okay.
Who is that?
To turn his amp on. K6USY.
I hear you, Aaron, but somebody underneath you very weak. Who was the other station that called in? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 2 meters.
Does anybody but me hear that CW?
I don't know. Let me try.
KC5, VTU 712.
K6MI 711.
I got you, John. Thank you. And I got you, Kerry. Good to hear you. We should talk, Kerry, after on the phone or something.
Roger, roger.
Okay, I was calling the LA guys. K6MI 711, checking in at the LA guys.
WA6AJ 727.
Direction KB6BSD.
KK6 ZKE 704.
Okay, and I'm still pointed toward the Bay Area. Good evening, Mike. And I hear you, Terry. I'm going to turn down south in just a second. I had left the antenna toward the Bay Area, so I might as well pick up who else is in the Bay Area there. KK6, KB6, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie. Good evening, Mike.
Good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KB6WSC. Jimmy's here, and there's also George. So you may want to listen up for them.
I don't. Who give me the call signs or the Bozo numbers of the other two on frequency? Mike, over.
The KF6QTH and N6GYR.
Okay, Jimmy, give me your number. Give me your number, Jimmy, and I'll get GYR's number next. KF6QCH, K6MYC. Your number, Jerry? Yeah, Jimmy?
Roger, Mike. This is F6QCH. 7777.
I couldn't get his number. 7-something. I think it's 787, but I'm not sure. What's Mike? Give me his Bozo number.
787.
Okay, I did hear it. Okay, good evening, Jimmy. Boy, you're weak. I don't know what's happened up there. All of a sudden, your signal's gotten very weak the last couple of weeks. Maybe the feed line has got some water in it or something's wrong up there, but you're way, way down from the way you were for a whole month after you started to come back with us there. So you might want to check that. Something's just not right here. I swung the antenna back and forth. I cannot pull you out of the noise there.
Copy that. You just pointed to DDC South East. Making some adjustment on the microphone. Over.
can do that, check in with Mike, but I'd like to get you directly. I copied that time a little bit. You're very light. It's about readability 4. Readability 4, but I did copy you that time. Thank you, Jimmy, and I appreciate your checking in. Believe me, I'd like to have you have a better signal up this way. 73's KF6QCH, K6MYC. And who was the last one I got? Just
K6KLY.
K6KLY, it wasn't you. But 111, we've got you, Russ. A lot of check-ins, and I pointed toward the Bay Area. Who was the other one just before, just when we were getting Jimmy sorted out? Who checked in there, over?
It was George, N6GYR. I don't know what his number is. George, what's your number? Again? 10216, what? Oh, 1026, over.
Okay, is that you, Mike, helping N6GYR get in 1026?
Roger. KB6WSD.
Okay, good. All right, let's see. Let me go backwards here just a little bit. Good evening to you, Russ. K6KLY. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay, nothing exciting the last few days on 6 meters, just the regular VK9DX and ZL1RS, and that's about it. K6KLY.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I know you worked the 9 Mike 6 a while back. That was exciting. And I guess Samoa's been in quite regularly, 5 whiskey. But it's nice to hear the band open.
Yeah, I got the 5 whiskey also.
I know you did. Okay, let's see. Mike, I got Mike in the Bay Area. I got K6KLY. We've got who have I heard from the Bay Area that I haven't mentioned your number yet? Go ahead.
1296.
1296. Good evening, Jim. Good signal. Ben sounds to be in good shape here. I just got in. We got home real late. We didn't get home till 6:30. And grabbed some dinner quickly. We've been downtown all day long with all kinds of stuff going on. Some things went well and easily, and other things didn't. So we had to do a lot of backtracking back and forth across the town to get all the things we needed, drugs and stuff, and had to go to 2 drugstores just to get my eye drops. Just never-ending stream of stuff to get done there. Anyway, we did pretty good overall and got all the errands done that we wanted to get done. So I guess we accomplished it. It just took a lot of time. Good evening, Jim. W6PQL. Take a short one, and we'll take a standby and see who else is in the Bay Area. I'm starting off by accident in the Bay Area because you guys are all here. And we'll go down south in just a second and get some of the other guys from down south. W6PQL. We probably will hear WB6JNN in a minute, too. K6MYC. Go ahead, PQL. Jim.
Okay, Mike. I noticed I had to dial up about 30 hertz until you sounded normal tonight. I don't know what that's all about, but maybe my LO isn't exactly GPS locked, but the radio indicates it is, so whatever that's worth. Nothing going on here except it's cold, and I'd rather have it hot than cold, as you would probably. K6NYC, W6PQL. We'll catch you later.
Airport. PQL, K6MI, package received.
And we'll get tell all the guys in LA we'll be down there in a minute, John.
Okay. I just want to tell Jim that his package turned.
Just tell him I'm pointed north for the moment. I started north, and when I got so many callers, I just had to stay up here. Thank you, John. K6 Mexico, Italy with W6PQL, K6 MYC. Thank you, Jim. I checked. I'm right on frequency, best I can tell, and I think the Bodnar's working. I can't see the little light on it from where I'm sitting here, but I think it's okay. Everybody else sounds like they're on frequency here, so hopefully we're okay. Close enough for government work. Let's see. Okay, we got. I'm looking for KD6. Well, it wouldn't be KD6SOK. He's not going to be on 2. He's got nothing but noise in his location. KB6BA, are you there, Oliver?
6AXX, no traffic.
WA6AXX, you were going to get called next. Ed, good evening. Sounding good over here. How are you doing? You getting over your cold?
Almost over it, yeah. 773, by the way. Yeah, otherwise nothing going on. Just been laying low for the last week or so. K6MYC, WA6AXX.
Okay, sounds good. Got you in good shape here. And by the way, I don't know whether you caught it last night, but Mark, KT2G, is back from Italy. His mother passed away, of course, and he spent the last month or so over there getting all things sorted out. And his dad is going to come over for a couple of weeks, so he'll be joined by his father very shortly. That's good to hear Mark back in the loop here. He was very strong last night on 1296, but we missed you, of course. Let's see. Anybody else in the Bay Area before we go south? K6MYC Bozo Net.
AB6SR.
AB6SR. Good evening, Stan. Good strong signal as always. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, 807, of course. Nothing much here either. Like Jim said, it was felt cold today. Wind was a bit breezy. And there was a threat of a shower or two in the afternoon, but nothing came of it. So I was on Sunday, but I fell asleep. So anyway, that's it from me. Talk to you again soon. You're a great signal, of course. K6MYC, AB6SR in Los Gatos.
Okay, very fine, Stan. Good signal here, too, always. But no exception tonight. And on the cold weather, well, it actually wasn't that bad here today. I think we got about 60 or so, maybe a little more. It's supposed to be 64 tomorrow, so it's warming up a little bit. And we've got a gentle warming in the air tonight. The night air is not as cold as it was last night here. So when you guys go cold, we go warm. I guess it's just every other day. It's back and forth. We're expecting a little rain on Thursday, and that'll be welcome. So far, I'm only up to 1/16 of an inch so far since May. We did get a big stormy 1/16 of an inch here a couple of 3 days ago on the 10th or 11th, whatever it was. Nothing to stand up and shout about. All right, anybody else in the Bay Area? K6MYC Bozo Net. Okay, nothing heard. Let me go down south and see if we can get the LA guys in here and see who else is on here. I'll get QUI in a second. Let's see. W6QUI, are you on frequency tonight, Ron?
Roger, W6QUI.
Okay, good. I'm going backwards today. I accidentally started in the Bay Area, so I'm coming backwards toward you. But you're good, strong signal. We missed you last night. I thought you said you were going to be on, but I had Bill AA6S try a couple of 3 times over a period of about 15 minutes, but we never found you. So apparently something came up on your side. W6QUI 1055 Atascadero, K6MYC Bozo Net, 2 meters.
Okay, very good. Well, I told you last Sunday I would not be on Tuesday, but you need to make notes there or something, Mike, over.
Well, I thought I did make notes. I thought, sure, you told me you would be on. That's why I looked specifically for you. But maybe I got it tangled up. It wouldn't be the first time on a very minor issue. It wasn't a big deal, but we did take a look for you. But I expected you, but no worries. From 1 week to the next, you tell me you're going to be there one, and my weeks run together, Ron, so you have to forgive the old man here, over.
Okay, well, next Wednesday I will not be on. I got a board meeting, so yeah, the first and third Wednesdays I'm never available. And yeah, Tuesday was an odd meeting that we haven't had for 6 months, so that's why I knew I would not be there Tuesday. Anyway, good evening. Hope you're keeping warm and dry. I guess we're going to get some rain here starting late Thursday and through Friday. I guess you guys are going to get hit too, huh?
Well, I'm hearing that we got rain coming Thursday. And I guess it could dwindle into Friday. There was some comment about extending perhaps past that day. And more the better, I can tell you. Anyway, good evening to you. Anybody else want to say hello to Ron before I move down to Southern California? Go ahead. Okay, you're all alone, Ron. And hopefully you'll be hearing from Eric one of these days. W6QUI, K6MYC, going toward Bakersfield and Lake Isabella.
Okay, 73.
KJ6TYO 1009 before you move south.
I got you, Ron. I got you checked in earlier. I just didn't pass it back to you because I'd forgotten. And when I write the numbers down, I can't read them. So I write them down. I had you checked in, but I forgot to come back to you and let you make a comment. I heard your big, strong signal, you and Daryl talking together. You're very loud tonight, over.
Okay, and then, yeah, I kind of checked in and then had to go run over here to see what the noise was all about. So anyway, I didn't hear you acknowledge me, so I was out in the other room. All right, well, thank you. Move on over to L.A. 73s, KJ6TYO 109.
Okay, thanks, Ron. I did not verbally acknowledge you. I just wrote you down, and then I couldn't read the numbers, and I went back through the list, but I didn't remember everybody I'd written down because people were signing in very quickly as I was checking people in. Some of the guys were checking in. I had the antenna toward the Bay Area, so I was hearing people checking in from the Bay Area and also from our local area here. So that's why I kind of lost track. That was out of my normal sequence, and otherwise I probably would have done a better job of remembering you there, Ron. That wasn't intentional, I can tell you, over.
Oh, no problem. Just keep me on the payroll.
Oh, you're on the payroll. You're going to get your nickel a month, whether you need it or not.
All right, 73s. Have a good night.
73. Anybody else while I pointed wherever I am here toward the Tascadero? Okay, nothing heard in the Tascadero and thereabouts. I'm going down now toward 170, 160, 150 something. And let's see if I can get KB6RQU. KB6 Radio Queen United, KB6RQU. Are you down there, Rick? Nothing heard from Rick. Is there anybody in Southern California? How about you, John? I kept you waiting. You may have already turned away. KG6 USS, K6MYC. Well, I hear the boys talking down there, but it's so weak I can't get them, so I don't think that's John in there. All right, let's see. KB6RQU or N6SWR? Anybody down south?
No, Bozo 61, KB6RQU.
Oh, there's Bozo 61. Good evening. Rob is downstairs eating dinner, so I got the duty here. I'm sorry I missed you the last couple of times because of timing, but you're sounding good and strong up here this evening. Take with transmission, and maybe somebody else will want to make a contact and say hello to you there. KB6RQU, Lake Isabella, and we hope to be able to work you tomorrow night as well, Rick, K6MYC.
Yeah, KB6RQU. Yeah, very well, Mike. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. Yeah, I wanted to talk to Ron for a bit, but I guess he's eating, so I'll probably get to catch up with him a little later. And I'm out here for a little while, and I
got tired of sitting in front of the radio, so went back to the recliner there and put some headphones on, and I heard some noise here, and it was you. I was surprised you was here this late, but I'm glad you was. I got the chance to check in. KB6RQU, DM05. Anybody else around? Over.
I'm upstairs now, KM6SRR.
Hey, KM6SRR, Rob, how you doing there?
PMD looking up Eastern Sierra 395 towards Lone Pine. You around this evening, John? K6MWK, W6P.
How you doing there, Rob?
Doing good. LA guys are stomping on you there. Doing fine there. I was down eating, just came back up. You had something for me, over?
I guess if those guys are stomping on you there, they got beat up much good for me to try to talk to you. I'll probably see if I can get you on the phone there sometime tomorrow, over.
Roger, Roger. Sounds good. Thank you. KB6RQU, KM6SR. Okay, Mike.
Okay, W6PMD, K6MYC, Bozo 47.
How you doing there, Mike? Yeah, trying to get a hold of John up in Lone Pine, but no go. Heard Rob pop in there, 432. Got you logged in down here, Rob and Mike, number 47. W16B here, number 58.
I got you 58. Go ahead, Rob, and confirm with Pat there.
Yeah, how you doing, Pat? This is KM6SR, number 432, over. All right, good to hear you, Pat. Okay, next.
Rob, how you doing? KZ6USS.
KG6USS, K6MYC. I gave Pat my number, 47. Good evening, 831. Go ahead.
Got you loud and clear up here, and so Rob was just banging me here.
Yeah, you're loud here, too. Let's see if anybody else wants to work you there, John. KG6USS. Anybody else want to work John and Delta Mike 14? Go ahead.
KG6USS. This is WA6AAJ, Delta Mike 06. Over. Yeah, got you. Very good there. Thanks for coming back. What was the call again? Whiskey Alpha 6, Alpha Juliet. Over. Roger, Roger. Alpha Juliet. Thank you.
All right, we got you, John. Anybody else for John before we let him go? Okay, all quiet on the western front there. Terry, we didn't mean to leave you out here. K6ZKE. You checked in quite early, but with a mass of stations coming from both directions. KK6ZKE, K6MYC. Okay, Terry's in and out again. How about you, Kerry? Are you still in the shack and staying warm there?
Roger, Roger. I'm here. Good evening, Mike, and hope Judy is there with you, and hope all is well.
Yeah. I understand there's been a little burble on the Brunson case, but I should say. But I'm hoping now that they don't put it into effect, because we've got such a slam dunk result in the election. It's almost not worth it stirring up the crew. Over.
Roger that. Okay, well, I will give you the twisted pair and bring you up to date on what's going on.
Yeah, okay, either tonight after the net if you want to do it, probably around 9:30. It could be great. If it's too late, then do it in the morning. We should be here. And no more. We was in town all day, but it was so busy I didn't even have time for lunch. We didn't eat till we got home. I had a muffin for breakfast about 8 o'clock, and the next time I ate was 6:30 this evening. We were just running and going downtown, and I was thinking about having lunch, but it just wasn't going to fit in no matter what we did. Over.
Yeah, Roger that. Well, Laura has signed us up for a seniors exercise class, and exercise remind me of my military and law enforcement days, and it's not one of my favorite things, but I want to give her companionship.
Well, good for you. Good for you. What do you think of the ICE guy that's now Homeland Security? He's a killer, eh?
Oh boy, he's like a bull in the china shop, but he gets the job done.
Yeah, that should be a good one. I'm most happy about that one, along with others. Pete Hedgepeth is going to be a good one there in his role, and several others. One that's controversial right now that I'm hearing about is Matt Gaetz, but that remains to be seen. Anyway, talk to you more on that tomorrow or tonight later.
Roger, Roger. Okay, good to hear you, and heard you were having some problems getting things done, going from place to place, but glad you got it done, and we'll talk to you soon on the Twisted Pair.
Sounds good. Well, when we squeezed it all in today, and we got it all done, but we didn't leave town until about 6.
Yeah, roger that. Well, that's no fun going from one end to the other, and you sound like you hit the peak traffic period also.
Oh yeah, we got into the traffic, no doubt about it. It wasn't too bad. My driver Jeff is pretty adept at circumventing bad spots that he knows about at that time of day. But it did slow us up a little bit. We hit all the lights, of course, in one direction, or every light we had to stop at. Like Jonathan Winters used to say, I know I ain't colorblind. I made all the lights coming down.
Roger that. Okay, I want to say hello to AAJ and Rob also up on the hill there. Heard you guys in there. KC5 DTU.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, good evening, Kerry. KC5 DTU, KM6SR. Good to hear you on again there. Thanks for showing up. Over.
Yeah, roger that, Rob. Just too many things going there, too many irons in the fire, so it's finally calming down.
Very good. Of course, this last week has been one fun time, but it just, it's hard to get yourself off the TV or off the computer. Did you want to talk to Kerry for a moment, Mike? AJ, go ahead. Oh, he must have gone back on the phone. Maybe he's talking to Bill or something. Or maybe he's down working, maybe he's working Ralph here. All right, Kerry, catch up with you. Thanks much, and 73s for now. We'll look for you. Maybe if you can get out for a few minutes tomorrow night on 432, that'd be great.
Roger, roger. Should be clear. Okay, I'm going to click on over to the 10-meter net. I haven't been there for a long time, so we'll talk to you on the Twisted Pair.
Here's 73. Okay, QRZ, anybody else? 73s to you, Rick. I didn't mean to leave you hanging there, but we got a lot of people checking in all over the place tonight. And we'll look for you tomorrow night on 432. And you got the connection with Rob, okay. So I guess you guys will connect on the phone tomorrow. KB6RQU for a final K6MYC. I think he's already gone. Okay. Anybody else before we turn back up toward the Bay Area and continue with the net? K6MYC.
858.
858. My gosh, Eddie, how you doing? And Rob's out here too. He did finish dinner, so he can say hello to you as well. Good evening, and hope you're doing well down there. KE6BK to take it, and then you can shoot it back to Rob, K6MYC.
We're doing pretty good down here. Kind of almost got blown away there Monday afternoon, but everything's still up, but hopefully pointed still in the right direction. Take care, and we'll turn it over to Rob, KM6SR, KE6BK.
Good to hear you there, Eddie. You're in early, too. KE6BK, KM6SR. Roger on that. Good to hear you there. Thanks for checking in. KM6SR, back to net.
No, we didn't shut the net down earlier. I was still out here last night, or Monday night, I think. Sunday night, I was still out here till 9:15 or so, almost 9:30. And we did make calls down your way. somehow we just been not crossing paths there. We'll keep trying, and we're backwards today. I started by accident in the Bay Area, and then I went south. Now I'm going back through the Bay Area, but heading up towards Sacramento now, Eddie. 73 is my friend, KE6BK, Porterville, KE6MYC.
All right, Mike, you guys have a good one. KE6MYC, KE6BK. Have a good one, 73.
You too. Take care. Have a good one. Okay, I'm going to the Bay Area now, guys. Here we go. Let's see if Tom's there by any chance. KW6 Sugar. KW6 Sugar, been able to get back to the radio, Tom, K6MYC. Nothing from Tom. Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. How about you, Lee? Are you available for contact here this evening down the 2-meter Bozo Net? K6MYC standing by for Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. Oh boy, he's rebuilding his garage and his ham shack, so both those guys in the area are off there. Okay, I'm going to go back into the Bay Area, but we've got most everybody already out of the Bay Area. Bay Area, QRZ, Kilowatt 6, Mike, Yankee, Charlie. Anybody left here? Okay, WB6JNN, I heard you in there weekly, Jim. Boy, you're weak. Let me see if I can peek on you. WB6JNN 285, K6MYC. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry, I had my beam in a different direction here, Mike. A little better. WB6JNN.
Yeah, there you go. I got you peaked now. I don't know why I had you weak there at the moment, for a moment, but you're fine now. How are you doing with the heater and the watering? You finally got your water lines all finished up and signed off?
Yeah, we got the water on, back on. The old pipes were 15 feet long, or maybe 20 feet long. Back in those days, I guess they used longer pipes. They thought they'd only have to go trench about 10 feet to find a good pipe, but they had to go a lot further, but they got it taken care of today. And we'll get the inspector out here tomorrow, and we'll see if we have a match or not between the city and the guys doing the work. And the other one I've got scheduled, the heater I've got scheduled for Friday, so that's tomorrow. So that's a different issue. WB6JNN.
Okay, well, let's hope you can finish it up, certainly before the end of the week. Hopefully you'll get her done tomorrow on Thursday and give you clear sailing for the weekend. Sounds good, Jim. Good to hear you. Thanks for checking in. And, of course, we'll look for you tomorrow, if you can do it, on 432 there. Good evening to you, WB6JNN in East San Jose, K6MYC. We haven't heard Gary in here for quite a while. I don't know where Gary's gone. WB6WNI. Gary, what's going on there? Maybe he's on a vacation or something. He might have told me he was going to be gone for a couple of weeks. He's been so regular that I think it's probably just got to be a vacation or a trip out of town or something. All right, 7-3 all in the Bay Area, and I'm going to go on up to Oakley, standing by one more time for anybody in the Bay Area.
Anybody else in the Bay Area? Nothing heard.
Yeah, nothing heard here either, Jim. Thank you, 7-3. Okay, here we are into Oakley, N6RO, I should say, November 6, Radio Oscar. Hopefully you don't have a Zoom meeting tonight, K6MYC. N6RO, K6MYC. Well, maybe we'll have to come back and get Ken. I'm sure he's home. N6RO, N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
Hey, Mikey?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, John, K6MI got a little bit covered up a little while ago. He was trying to let me know about something. He got a package from me today, and I just wanted to let him know, if he's still on, that I received his message. Thank you.
Okay, John, are you still on frequency? K6MI, K6 Mexico, Italy. Are you still here, John? Sometimes he's still here, but he's monitoring in the background, but sometimes he can't get to the radio right away. If I hear him again, I'll tell him you got the message.
Okay, thanks, Mike. W6PQL.
Roger, roger. I'm not hearing anything from Ken, N6RO, K6MYC. How about anybody up there in Course Gold? I haven't had anything from Dennis, so maybe the Course Gold guys still need to check in. Course Gold, K6MYC, Bozo Net, Course Gold, over.
KM6HK 803.
I'll take HK. Good evening, Dan. I haven't heard your partner there, next door neighbor. I haven't heard him on here tonight.
No, I don't know. I think he's around. I know he's around. I don't know. Maybe he'll check in a while.
Yeah, he probably will.
Okay, 7-3.
Hey, 7-3. Good to hear you. And hopefully things are going well with you. Hopefully we'll be able to survive the big rain coming on Thursday, huh?
Yeah, we're waiting for it.
Boy, are we ever. I got a 1/16 of an inch so far.
You had a couple of tenths the other night.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah. That's what Rob said. He got a 1/4 of an inch. Most of the guys are reporting about a 1/4 of an inch up in the Course Gold area. Nothing to stand up and shout about, but at least it wet the ground, huh? My ground didn't hardly even get wet. 1/16 of an inch. It doesn't even raise the floater in the rain gauge off the bottom of the pond, on the bottom of the tube, I should say. Thanks, Dan. Good to hear you. KM6 Hotel Kilo, Course Gold, K6MYC. Okay, I'm still looking for Clear Lake, a N1 Papa, N1 PPP, K6MYC, over. Nothing from Clear Lake, okay. Into the Sacramento area, looking for Sacramento, Roseville, west and south Sacramento, KJ6 KFB, KO6 KD, K6MYC. Anybody?
KO6 KD, number 776.
Number 776. Good evening, Bill. Good to hear you, and I see you survived the day. Did you have a meeting with your people today?
Well, they're not my people, and if I wasn't forced into this, I wouldn't have a thing to do with that woman. No, it was just, it was a planned thing on stuff that, blood tests that are 30 days old, and nothing was addressed, and she just didn't even want to talk to me about the reason I wanted to talk to her. So we'll have to make another appointment. We'll have to. So then, what do I do now with what's happening now? No response. Anyway, I've never felt as though I've never felt this way before when it comes to the medical professionals, so to speak. And I just have to say that maybe, I don't know, it was a different time years ago, I don't know, but something has gone haywire, and it's not going to do me any good. It really gets down to a case of if you get worse, then you simply do what all the illegal immigrants and everybody else does. Just call 911 and let them come pick you up.
Wow, that's a shame. You mean they did take a blood draw, and did you get any results at all from the blood draw?
No, nobody showed up at the house. It wasn't one of the. I wanted to have them send somebody out and take it and do a blood draw and look at a couple of other specific tests to see what they could find as far as track down if I actually have an infection. And I told her, I said, I want you to do this, and oh no, that's not going to. No, the C-reactive protein's not going to. That's more for. Hey, listen, lady, I know what they did when I had this infection in my leg before, and there wasn't no talking to her. And then eventually it's like, well, I'm going to have to go. I have another patient waiting. We're going to have to go. We'll have to reschedule. We'll have to get back to you.
What a deal. I'm so sorry that they're not. Sounds like FEMA. You've got the FEMA people there, but in another name, under another name. Over.
Yeah, well, it's the state of California, so right at this point, I would take anything from the federal government over anything from the state of California.
I almost would agree with you. Most of the time that would be the case, but I have a tendency to think that you're probably correct. Whatever you're getting out of California, you're not getting your money's worth, Bill. Sorry. Boy, oh boy, too bad. Hopefully we'll see you in the morning, and it'll be no worse than it is now. And maybe sooner or later somebody will get back to you. I think you've got to find a different phone number to call or something. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not very good at that stuff anymore either, because I can't see the phone and have trouble dialing the numbers, and I can't read the numbers I have for people, and on and on. So you get more and more isolated. I know the feeling. A06KD, K6MYC, and then we'll try for some others.
WB6ISO.
Yeah, good evening, Dennis. You probably have some other folks to check in there, over.
Yeah, I do. Are you talking to... I had to do a little adjustment. I had to turn my dry power down to kick the amp off. Go ahead and get Darren there real quick.
Yeah, go ahead, Darren. I got your 756. How are you doing?
Oh, pretty good, Mike. KJ6, KFB 756 for the check-in. Also have Jack out here. He asked me to get him checked in there. 1063. That was K9TAZ. Over.
Got it. Good to hear. Is that his name? I thought it was Jack. I thought Tango Alpha Zulu, his name was Jack, wasn't it?
Did I misspeak? Yes, Jack. Like Jack in the Box. Yeah, Jack.
Yeah, okay. You called him Dennis, and I thought maybe you had just had Dennis on the mind. Okay, we got Jack checked in. Thank you for that. Appreciate it, Darren. And we'll pick up Dennis now and see who he has in queue there. KB6, WB6 ISO, I should say, with KJ6 KFB in the side pocket, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, very good. And your signal's down a little bit here, Mike, but I can hear you just fine. Was you talking to the boys up in the Reading area a little bit ago?
Not yet. I just got up your way, over.
Okay, well, when you do, give them my very, very best. I'm sorry that I haven't talked to them here recently, but give my very best. Anyway, yeah, we have some check-ins for you if you're ready. And number 160, 336, and 782 break.
Roger, got it.
849, 11. Oh, I'm sorry. 132, 132, and 233 break.
Got it.
And I'm Bozo 86, and that's about all I have for the evening. And a pleasant evening to Darren there as well.
To Dan.
What about Dan?
Well, I haven't heard Dan on. Well, Dan, you mean Dan down here in Corsica? Did you hear him?
No, Dan was just...
Yeah, go ahead.
Called me a while ago and asked me if I would check him in. That's N6TNI.
Ah, different Dan. Okay. Somebody said, go ahead. Was that you, Dan, HK?
This is HK. Is that who you wanted? I'm sorry.
That's okay. He was talking about a different Dan, but I wasn't sure who he was talking about there. Were you copying Dennis there, WB6ISO, Dan HK?
No, I'm sorry. He's still on my noise.
Okay, no problem. We've got N6TNI Dan that checked in from the Sacramento area there, and that's who he was referring to. That's when I mentioned Dan, and you popped right up there.
Sorry about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. Too many Dans, I guess. Thank you, Dennis. I got everybody. And I wish we could hear, catch some of the guys directly. I did stand by for the Clear Lake folks, but I guess they'd already checked in with you and turned the antennas in different directions because I couldn't raise them. The only station I haven't raised over there in Oakley is N6 Radio Oscar. N6RO did not check in yet, but he may be in the middle of a Zoom meeting or something, or maybe he's in the middle of dinner.
Very well could be, I don't know. And before I depart completely, I would like to say a very pleasant good evening to Judy, if she could hear me. Hello, Judy, if you're there.
Judy isn't here this evening. We had a very long day. Started out at 11 o'clock this morning, and we didn't get home till 6. And we did a lot of shopping. I had her at Target, and she was going through the aisles in Target, mumbling to herself and picking up a few items for clothing and so on. A long time in the Target store because she couldn't find what she wanted. And you know, we spent at least an hour in the women's department and the men's department, and not a single clerk was found anywhere.
Oh, good grief. What the hell kind of shopping is that? No clerks, nobody? Good goodness.
Well, that's Target for you. They got all the inventory there. They had a beautiful store. It's a beautiful store. It's full of inventory. But the problem is there's so much. It takes you go up and down the aisles looking for things that you're looking for specifically. If you could just ask somebody, well, what aisle has the bras? Where are the men's turtleneck shirts? What aisle might that be on? You know, that kind of thing. But we just had to just keep wandering around, and finally we found everything except one thing. We never did find the turtleneck shirts anywhere. Maybe they didn't have any. Then we went down to the food department, and we did score pretty good. I got some of the stuff I haven't been able to find anywhere else in other stores. In the Target store, they have a lot of selection of lean cuisine, which we like to keep a stock of in the event that we don't have something already lined up for dinner. The lean cuisines are half decent at a reasonable price. So we found those and got some of those, and had a pretty good shopping tour in Target for a change. I hadn't been in there for 5 or 6 years. They didn't know me anymore.
Well, very good. Well, I'm glad you finally end up getting what you're looking for. That's the main thing. Yeah, at 7 o'clock I was on 144.230 with quite a few guys, and they were getting a chance to check over into the Nevada area, and I was talking to Mr. Richard, KD6BQ, and K7SUN, Mr. Stan, and had a very nice conversation up there in some pretty good conditions, so that was really worked out pretty nicely. All righty, well, hey, you have a pleasant evening, and you stay warm, and we will look for you on Sunday evening or tomorrow night on 432 or whatever, which one comes first. Over.
Well, 432 comes first. If you're there, we'll be there, barring unforeseen complications. So we'll see you on 432, and then, of course, Sunday night as well. 7-3 for now, Dennis. I've got to pick up John up there, KR6MR, and then we'll go north from that direction and look for the guys in Redding. I did work Rich the other day on 6 meters. We had one pretty good opening on 6 on Monday. That was nice. 7-3, Dennis, KB6, WB6ISO, K6MYC clear and standing by for anybody else.
73, 6RO.
759 KR6MR.
Oh, a big strong signal from both of you. Just hang on a second, Ken, if you can, N6RO. I got you checked in. Go ahead, John, KR6MR.
Yeah, okay. Good evening, Mike. I won't hold it long here. Get you over to Ken. I've got to get inside. I'm freezing up here. I don't have a heater tonight. K6M1C in the group, KR6MR.
Okay. Oh, good. It was good to have a pretty good chat on 1296 the other day. It was Q5 when it was up, and it was Q nothing when it was down. It was just up and down all over the place, as you know. But generally, a pretty solid signal. I mean, for the most part, you were in there all the time, except for a little bit of few words here and there, and that causes you to lose context. So I had a couple of times I just couldn't get what you were talking about, but for the most part, it wasn't too bad. But certainly wasn't stable. It was all over the place, like somebody was stirring the pot and making waves. KR6MR, and then I'll pick up Ken, N6RO. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Getting a little fluttery here as well. So I'll let you go, and you get on over to Ken, and hi, Ken, KR6MR 73.
Okay, 73, John. Go ahead, Ken.
Hey, 6MYC, N6RO 835. High temperature 64. Dinner with halibut and asparagus. And still playing with a new radio and getting ready for whatever contest is coming up. N6RO.
Yeah, and you're sounding good here. Nice clean audio on this band and 1296 and 432 for that matter. The only one that is tough is 6 meters, and you know the issues there. I think the biggest problem, and we found it quickly the other night, it just the audio was wide open compared to what you need for the net here. So when you turn the audio back, it got pretty reasonable. Anyway, good evening. And what's the contest coming up this weekend? What is it, over?
It's the sideband sweepstakes, ARRL sweepstakes.
Late check-in, 9ZPY.
Okay. Well, hang on a second, Ken. Who was the late check-in? 9 something?
Yes. Hello. This is Dale. K9 Zulu Papa Yankee Canopy ZPY. Late check-in. Sorry.
Okay, K9 Uniform Tango Victor, I think it is, UTV. Good evening. And yeah, it's not very late. We did get past you a little bit here. K9 UTV, I didn't get the Bozo number. I know we talked to you the other day, and I've forgotten the handle already. We haven't worked you that many times that the handle is sticking in my brain yet. My name is Mike, if you've forgotten, and I'm down here north of Fresno. K9 Uniform Tango Victor, kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie Bozo Net, over.
Hey, hello, Mike. Okay, carry on, but I heard your signal that came into the chat, but I check in. Thank you.
I still don't have your number.
Oh, sorry. 1161. 1161.
1161. We got it. Thank you very much. And give me the handle again.
I missed your question. Over.
Your name again. Your name. What is the name?
Using my 11 element team. Over.
No, I was asking for what is your name? Your handle.
Oh, sorry, Mike. Tired old man.
As soon as I asked you the second time, I remembered what it was. Tired old man. Got it, Tom. Thank you. Maybe I'll remember it the next time. Hi. Thanks for checking in. Don't be mad at me. It's just that you're new, and I don't remember all the details the first couple of times through. K9 UTV, K6MYC, 73, Tom.
Yeah, 73, thank you.
Righty, thank you. Now, let's see. I'm pretty much pointed toward Reading, I think. Let me see. 3, No, I'm not either. I'm way back. We go back up to Reading again. Get back toward Reading. There's Reading. KD6SW, KD6 Sugar Whiskey or KO6HS. KD6 Sugar Whiskey or KO6HS. Reading, K6MYC, calling and listening.
Hey, Mike, were you going to finish up with Ken there, N6RO?
Yeah, I think we finished. He told me what band he was going to be on for the CQ sweepstakes. I mean, the ARRL sweepstakes.
Okay, and 1161 is K9ZPY, Zanzibar Papa Yankee.
No, he didn't check in. This was that who just checked in?
Yeah, you said 1161 Tom. He's up in Mill Valley, and his call sign is Kilo 9 Zanzibar Papa Yankee.
Okay, what town is he in again?
Mill Valley.
Oh, Mill Valley. Okay, yeah, I'm way past Mill Valley. That's the problem. That's why I was struggling with him. Okay. Yeah, I didn't get his call right either. I thought it was UTY, but K9 UTZ, Uniform Papa Zanzibar, or you give it to me one more time. Let me get it in my head, Rob.
Okay, Kilo 9 Zanzibar Papa Yankee.
ZPY. Boy, I didn't hear that at all. That's interesting. I thought sure I was hearing UTY or UTS or UTV or something. Okay, Zanzibar Papa Yankee. I'll try to remember that. He didn't correct it as much as I could tell, but he was going up and down in signal strength. He'd go down in the noise and he'd come up real loud and he'd go down again, and I guess I missed it. Thanks for the correction, Rob. KM6SRR, K6MYC. Now back up to the Reading direction. Reading, KM6, KD6BQ. No, that's not right. KD6SW. KD6 Sugar Whiskey or KO6HS. K6MYC. Over. Okay, got your 145. Well water weak, but we got it. 145, got it, Rich. Let's see if I can copy Jerry in there. Boy, the conditions have been poor between us. And I didn't try optimizing. Maybe I can find, if you stay on longer, I can peek on you. KO6HS, K6MYC. Over, Jerry. Well, I heard you, but it's not readable. KO6HS, KO6 Hotel Sugar, K6MYC. About the same signal strength with Rich. Both are Q2 to Q3. So I got you and you're checked in, but boy, the readability is just terrible. Maybe we caught it at a null period here. Back to you, Rich, and see if it's coming up at all. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC, over.
Okay, my dad will be able to have work to on 6 meters on Monday, so that was one good thing. You were a lot stronger a few minutes ago, but that's the way we go. 73, KD6
Yeah, okay, on 6 meters. I can't remember whether it was this week or last week, but it was pretty good anyway. I think we had a pretty good contact there. I heard your CW just fine, and the phone was intermittent, of course. Thank you, Rich. Thank you. I wish we had better contacts here. This is the band that you should be rock solid in here, and it just hasn't been worth a damn. So it must be the weather conditions or something keeping us from having good calm up and down the valley. Nothing has changed here. Everything seems to be fine, but it just doesn't seem to want to propagate up the San Joaquin, up the Sacramento Valley. Back to you, Jerry, for your final. KD6SW, and KO6HS to take it, K6MYC.
Roger, roger, KO6HS 230. You're coming up just a little bit, Mike, so we're getting a little bit of propagation, but we got a lot of noise, a lot of rain static, lots of rain static and noise, and propagation's just not with us. 73, and we'll catch you next time, KO6HS.
Roger, roger, armchair copy on that one. So it's just the band. It's just up and down all over the place, Jerry. Fine on the rain static. I hope we get some of that. We're supposed to get some rain Thursday starting at 4 or 5 or late in the afternoon or early evening. So we got our fingers crossed for some rain here. So far I have 1/16 of an inch. 1/16 of an inch. KO6HS, thank you, Jerry. And back to you, Rich, for a final. KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Jerry's right. The band is coming up here a little bit. Yeah, the rain is on and off here this afternoon. Temperature has been sitting right at the 50-degree mark. And I guess we'll be having a nice 73. KD6 shortwave ready.
Roger, Jerry. Rich, 73s. It's come up a little bit to Q4 on that one, so it's come back a little bit. Boy, we caught it right in the very bad null at the beginning there. 73s, guys, thanks for always being there. KD6SW, KO6HS, K6MYC, clear, and looking for anybody else in the Sacramento Valley. How about you, George?
KD6GGY 1013 Baker 6 Golf Yankee Bozo 884.
Okay, I got 884 in there. Stand by just a second, Phil. I got 884. Let's see. Whoops. I'm going to write with the wrong end of the pen here. It doesn't work that way. Okay, and who was the other one in there with Phil at the same time? Try it again.
406 Hotel November Alpha 1013.
1013. Good evening, Greg. You and Phil were doubling there. WA6HNA, K6MYC. Good. Both signals, good signal tonight. 1013. I think Phil's got you by just a smidgen, but pretty close tonight. Pretty close, Greg. You take it, and then if you're hearing Phil, turn it over to him. If you're not, shoot it back this way. WA6HNA getting his roof replaced, K6MYC.
Well, this is amazing. I'm on my vertical mic. It's just vertical and running. I had to reduce the power since it can only take 200 watts. So anyway, I'm glad that it's working. The beam is still in my basement. The roof is complete, but I've got to put some solar panels up before the antenna goes back up. So anyway, I'm just happy to make it all the way down there. Let me pass it over to Phil, WB6GGY, WA6HNA.
Yeah, what that guy can do with a vertical, that's great, Greg. That is absolutely fantastic signal. So
we hear this CW. We hear this CW. Hang on.
I get a kick out of it. Okay, with that, I've got nothing else to say there, Mike. He's damn near beating me out with his vertical FM antenna. I love it. Back to you there, Mike. Case of 6 NYC WB6GGY.
Hey, Mike, I heard Russ in there, number 410 also.
For heaven's sakes, I'm hearing, I'm pointed right up toward, apparently toward Frank, and I'm hearing the beacon down on this frequency here. It's probably cross-modding me, and I don't even have the preamp on. It's just, it must be just bodaciously strong. But he's coming in on the frequency. I've kept waiting to hear who the CW was. And all the numbers that I was hearing didn't make any sense. I kept hearing ELEV 29 2600 or something, and that didn't make any sense. And then, wait a minute, That's Frank speaking. Okay. Well, let's see. Russ, I did not hear you, but take a transmission, and then we'll see who else is here. I was confused by the CW, and I was paying more attention to that than the call signs. KW6T, K6MYC.
Hey, Mike, no worries. K6MYC, KW6T. Yeah, I was just, I timed this just right. Kevin, tonight, just happened to walk in, sit down, and you're right there talking to Redding, so it was a good deal. Anyway, yeah, I was going to check in Sunday night. We had a little, a little bit of a disturbance in the neighborhood. We had several, which is very rare up here. We had, 2 fire units, an ambulance, and 3 police cars come whipping down the road in our little development here. So, anyway, yeah, just some, I don't know, just some issues at somebody's house. Anyway, it's all cleared up, but in the middle of that was right when the Bozo Net was going on, so we were outside talking to neighbors and figuring out what the heck was going on. But anyway, everything is good now, and we're back, and glad to hear you. Good signals, but the band is all over the place tonight. It's unbelievable. I was talking to Richard, KD6 BQ. And he was S9 here. It was great. Was trying to talk with Stan out there in Fallon, but couldn't quite make it. I was in his noise level, and he was just above mine, but he couldn't hear me. So anyway, Mike, send it back to you. Don't want to hold it up. So K6MYC, KW6T, Latrobe.
Okay, very good. Fine on working, Richard, KD6BQ in Wassa Valley, and hearing Stan over there. Yeah, Stan's got noise too, so he has some trouble. He said the other night he had quite a severe noise problem, so he wasn't hearing like he should have. All righty, good to hear you checking in. Thanks very much for being there. I'm sorry I missed you the first time. You must have doubled with me, because there's no way I can miss your big signal. You're always very strong here. Good evening to you, Russ. I can hear the beacon crushing me in the background here. I'll have to see what's going on with that beacon. That should not be crushing my receiver here.
Yeah, right, Mike. Well, hey, 73. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Russ. Now, was there somebody else before I go to Redding? Before I go to Nevada? Who else was in the Sacramento area again? Go ahead. Somebody else was in there. I did hear a call sign, I'm pretty sure, while Russ was picking it up, but it was too weak. KE7ILX, KE6ILX. Are you in there, Jeff? No, nothing heard from Jeff. Anybody else? How about, who else would be in there? AJ6 Queen Lima? Nothing from George. Okay, I guess it's time to go to Nevada. Okay, here we are over in Nevada. Let's see if I know Stan's in here. Stan, if you're still there, come on in. I don't want to hold you up because I know you've been in there for quite a while. K7SUN, K6MYC.
Well, good evening, Mike. K7SUN, Bozo number 442. Still hanging around here, over.
Well, thank you for hanging around. Appreciate it. I know you worked Dennis earlier, or at least he tried to work you earlier. No, I guess somebody else said they heard you, but you just couldn't quite make it. But good deal on working into to Dennis's location there in the Sacramento area. Anyway, good evening, and I'm going to try again real hard for you on 432 tomorrow. Have you had a chance to check and see if you could hear anything else on 432? Over.
Roger, I'm definitely going to give it a try. So I'll make sure the antenna is actually pointed the right direction, that I'm on the right rotor. So that will probably help, Mike. I'm not going to admit to anything else there. So, and when I also did make a contact with November 6th Tango Hotel India over there by Dennis also. So I did two over the hill there into Sacramento tonight. So that was pretty nice there, Mike. So yeah, the band is really up and down. Though you were 20 over and then dropped S5 over.
Well, yeah, but it helps if I point right at you. When I'm pointed away from you, sometimes we get a real strong signal and a bounce. But it's a propagation thing. It only lasts for a few minutes and then it goes away. But now I'm pointed more at you and you're quite strong. How's that?
Roger. Yes, it took a fade there, so I don't know if you're copying me or not. But anyway, Mike, just hang around tomorrow night. I'll definitely try tomorrow night. Back to you, K7SUN. I'll let you see hopefully you can pick up over.
Well, you're very loud here, and I'm not missing anything, so you must have a lot of noise over there. You are fading up and down, but you're way above the noise even in your nulls, so I'm not missing anything here. Look for you tomorrow night. We will look for you tomorrow night on 432. Good luck, and hopefully we'll copy you. Hopefully we'll make contact tomorrow night on 432. Thank you. K7SUN, K6MYC clear and standing by for KE7UQL. How about you, Daniel? KE7UQL, K6MYC. Are you having weather problems there, Daniel? How about N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT? How about you, Larry? N7 Whiskey Tango, N7WT, or KE7UQL, either one? Okay, well, I know I'll get you, Richard, unless you've gone back in. N7, or KD6BQ, I should say. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249. You got a reasonable signal up here. It's a lot of QSB. I've been listening for a while. So anyway, good to hear you. And I guess it's getting windy, and probably the reason Daniel's not on is we got a lot of wind and some rain as well. Over.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you guys are getting something up there. We're getting nothing here. We had 1 hour of wind that one day. It caused all kinds of problems and a big crash on one of the highway 152 because they had a dust storm and there was a 7-car pileup because of a dust storm. Everybody lost visibility and they were crashing into everything. People don't know enough to just pull over and stop when they can't see. They try to keep going through it. But anyway, it was the same thing that hit here, but it only lasted about an hour, and we got a 1/10 of an inch or a 1/16 of an inch of rain, and that was it. But I know that the wind was really vicious. It did blow some 2x4s over, knocked some stuff over underneath my alcove or my overhead. I've got a cover on the barn on each side where I park tractors and have some lumber equipment, 2 cutting saws and so on, and some storage area. But I have a flat roof in there, and I store a lot of lumber in there, and it blew the lumber over. So the wind came roaring through there, I'll tell you. So it was blowing hard, and I understand about Daniel not wanting to be up on the roof. One of these days he's going to have to get a permanent setup there. I don't know why he doesn't get a tower. I don't know what his financial setup is or whether his wife fights it or not, but putting stuff on the roof temporarily is just not, it's okay once in a while, but not on an ongoing basis, as you know. Back to you, Richard, and I haven't heard Larry on 2 meters now for quite some time. I think Larry's got some problems in the shack there. He's not hearing well on any band from what I can tell. And he's getting out well on 222, but he doesn't hear well. And on 2 meters, he hasn't even been on. And 1296, he says it's a 3-to-1 mismatch, so he's got problems there as well. So who knows? 86BQ for your final K6MYC.
Yeah, K6MYC, KD6BQ. We're had some fading during that last one in the middle, so we've had a little difficulty, but copied most of it. And no sign of Larry here either. I called him on 223 FM and no response there. He may be out tomorrow night on 432, hopefully. And we got 35 mile-an-hour winds whistling through here, so yeah. As soon as I'm done talking here, I'm going to point the antenna into the wind and cross my fingers if it goes up tonight. So anyway, we'll pass it back to you. We'll say 73, and thanks for running the net. We did work N6TNI and KW6T and KN6QWL over the hill there in Sacramento, Placerville area out near Dennis tonight. So anyway, pretty good night, but a lot of fading. So we'll pass it back to you there, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ in Nevada.
Yeah, well, I was pointed wrong for you. This should be better. Is that stronger now?
Oh yeah, you're a lot stronger.
Yeah, I hadn't realized it, but I had moved the antenna over into the 330, 353 region instead of 103 or 003. I was on 353. I didn't read the readout correctly. So this is now peaked on you, and it's very loud. It'll probably still go up and down, but at least it's peaked in the right direction. Okay, I'm working the guys over the hill. I've never heard one or two of those stations. I've never heard UW something, and the 3-4 letter call I didn't hear either. So you got to win. Next time you work them, tell them to check in the Bozo Net. Over.
Yeah, Roger. We'll let them know. I think they checked in with Dennis, was anticipating that he would check them in. So I'm not sure what happened. But I'm looking at your map, and that's pretty good, actually. It's pointing, right at, pretty much right at the lake where I'm at. So pretty good pointing on your map, too. So anyway, yeah, I'll let them know. But I think they were expecting Dennis to check them in. Over.
Well, maybe they did. I did get two numbers that were not very familiar to me, two Bozo numbers, so maybe they were in there. By the way, the pointer is right off of my readout here. The readout reads, at the moment, it reads 3 degrees or 4 degrees east of due north, and that seemed to be about where you're peaking. And that is the readout that's coming right out of the information from my rotator. The digital readout that I look at is translated to a compass reading. That's what you're seeing on the stream, and that's done in the software in the conversion to get it over onto a computer screen. So that's how that works. But it is accurate, and actually Aaron can turn the antenna rotator from his location. He can turn my radios on and off and change frequencies and do all the other stuff, and he can also now rotate my rotators. But there's a couple of them that are not really well calibrated, and so where they point necessarily on the pointer isn't exactly where their antenna is really pointed, because I've lost calibration by 5 or 10 degrees, and I haven't been very attentive to getting it dead nuts. Over. Did I lose you?
Yeah, you're way down right now, Mike. You're way down. K6MYC, KD6BQ, down at a deep fade. Over.
Okay, well, you're Q5 here, 5 and 2, 5 and 2, 5 and 3, plenty of signal. So I don't know why you are hearing me so weakly. That's pegging at 1500 here. Over. Okay, you must have noise there in Wausau Valley, Richard. Anyway, we'll let you go. We'll look for your 8 watts tomorrow on 432. KD6BQ 73 is K6MYC. Rob, did you want to try and work him?
He sent you some CW. No, he faded down the end there. I could barely hear him, and then I didn't. Over.
Okay, no, I'm copying his CW. Are you hearing Frank speaking?
No.
He's crushing me here. Let me turn the preamp off. Maybe it's my radio that's crushing. I'm going to wait just a second till the CW comes back on. Well, he's crushing the preamp and coming through, but I turned the preamp off. I can still hear it a little bit, so it's just brutally strong here from Frank. He must have upped the power, or maybe that radio is not clean. Over. That's a long ways up the band. Well, it's 35 kilohertz away. I should not hear it. Not from 15 miles away. Particularly being just an egg beater. Are you there, Rob?
Yeah, I'm listening there. I don't know much about that, so I don't have much to comment. But I'm not hearing him, so I bet he's putting out some bad stuff in the radio. Over.
Well, not necessarily. You would hear it if it was bad. I'm probably just getting crushed. Are you listening on the 9700? Put the preamp on.
No, I'm on the 9100.
Oh, well, maybe that's why you're not hearing it. I think Frank's listening. He's turned it off now. I don't hear the beacon now.
I had a question for you, Mike. There's a number that came in when KLY was on there, 1026. Is that a good number?
Good question. What would that be?
Well, that number is somebody I'd never heard of before.
Give me his call.
Kilo Echo 6, MAE. Kilo Echo 6, Mike Alpha Echo.
Oh, MAE. No, I didn't. That couldn't be right. 10 something. It was a weak signal that came in there, but that's not the right number. But I can't read my number, so I can't tell you.
Okay, well, I didn't get to you right away. You're kind of busy. It happened after you talked to Russ, KLY, and before PQL.
Kilo Golf 6, Nancy Yankee.
Kilo Golf 6, something Yankee again.
Queen Nancy Yankee. 1091. I'm trying it on the newest vertical.
Yeah, good evening, Marcus. 1091, gotcha. K6QNY, K6MYC. Good evening.
Good evening back to you, Mike and Rob. I'm trying to text Rob, but he never comes back. I don't know if he's got his phone back. But I heard you in there. I just wanted to check in, Mike, and I'll check in probably tomorrow.
Okay, good. What antenna is he on right now, Rob?
Well, he said a vertical, so he's got both. I think he has a horizontal loop too. Over.
Okay, why aren't you on the horizontal, Marcus?
Well, I'm just trying out that newest vertical that Aaron had set up, but we've never tried that one. But I'll switch over to the horizontal.
you're okay, but you're fading in and out on me, and I'm not getting every word. Over.
Okay, how's that sound now, Mike? 1, 2, 3. How's that sound?
Yeah, that's much better. A good 10, 15 dB better, Marcus. Thank you for jumping over. Doesn't matter. I got you either way, but boy, there may be times when I might not hear that vertical. Over.
Yeah, you know, it's a funny thing, Mike, though. You sound awesome on that vertical, whereas you sound faint on, I can hear you, but you don't sound strong on the 2-meter loop compared to the vertical. You sound real strong on the one that Aaron has set up.
Well, that's backwards from what it should be. I don't have any vertical component here, and I shouldn't be strong on the vertical. The only thing I can think of is you got noise on the horizontal, and you're not hearing the noise on the vertical. Over.
That could be. That could be. We're going to have to check that one out. That's interesting. I'm going to take note of that, and maybe Rob and I can work on that.
Okay.
It's also because you're not pointed at him, Mike.
Well, no, I'm not pointed at him, but I still should be. He's stronger for me horizontal, so I should be stronger for him horizontal. Over.
Yeah, I know we've experimented with when you're pointed north, it kind of twists the polarization. So I'd be interested to see what it'd be if you pointed at Fresno.
Yeah. Well, I can do that.
Hey, Marcus, I'm going to go downstairs and get my phone, KM6SRR.
Okay, real good, Rob. KG6QNY. We'll be standing by there and waiting on Mike.
Yeah, I have to do this manually because when they're hooked up here to put it on the stream, I can't run my rotator correctly. I can run it, but I have to do it in a manual. I can't run the memories because the memory chip is all screwed up. So I'm running around manually here as we speak, Marcus. That's coming around now to 180, 170. That's about off of you, about 90 degrees. That should have been a null. Now I'm coming around and should be getting onto you here very shortly. That should be awful close to, well, maybe I went past you. Go ahead.
Yeah, Aaron, you're right. That changes it. He's a lot more stronger on that, just as strong as that vertical.
There we go, Mike. You're pointed right at Fresno.
We're right here, or what?
Yeah, just pulling it back.
Well, when you do that, I lose you.
Yeah, that's weird. It's probably because of the dirt in the way.
You can hear yourself on the stream. It's almost not there.
Yep, there it is. Yeah, I think if you point right at Fresno, you might have some dirt in the way, but a little off to the side. So go and give it a try now, Marcus.
Yeah, this is KG6QNY. Back to you there, Mike. Do you have a copy?
Yes, no, good copy. Switch to the vertical now. It should be quite a bit down from this. Over. Okay, and I'll talk to you while you switch over with the vertical there. KG6QNY, KG6QNY, Fresno, K6, well, you're in Clovis, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. K6MYC, over.
Copy that, KM6YC. I keep forgetting your call letters here, Mike, I'm sorry. But yeah, I am pretty much Clovis, right on the border there. For me, it's Clovis, but yeah, you sound, you come down on the vertical now, and you do sound stronger, though, on the horizontal.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm getting a bounce, and it's going vertically polarized off of something when I bounce off the hills to the north. That makes sense. Okay, very good. Listen, I'm going to get out of here, guys. I'm tired. We had a long day in town. Missed my nap today around news time, so I may just go in the house and have a little snack and head off to bed. As I'm probably tired. I guess I should know whether I am or not. Right now I feel pretty good, but that can easily change. I get in front of a nice warm fire. Good night, all. And I don't know how many I got, Rob, but I'll have Judy run the list tomorrow sometime. I've got it all written down here. 73's all. The KN6QNY, K6USY, KM6SRR, and anybody else listening, K6MYC.
Good night, Mike.
Good night. By the way, we're still missing Dave. Has anybody got any word on WA6LOL? It sounds like he may be sick again or something.
We didn't have BBG in tonight either.
BBG, yeah, he was missing, but sometimes Dave doesn't go out when it's cold.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll get him a space heater.
Yeah, I don't know where Frank is tonight. I think Frank was listening because he turned the beacon off or he dropped the power because all of a sudden the interference went away.
I talked to him on the phone this afternoon, so I know he's around. He's was working on a bunch of stuff and working on his 2-meter audio and stuff like that. So I don't know. He could have the shack ripped apart tonight for all I know.
Yeah, he was here today, but I left about 11:30, so or quarter to 12, so I didn't see him after about 11, and so I don't know what kept him from getting on this evening, but he must be listening here because he turned the beacon down. It's not as loud as it was, and it's not crushing me now. So maybe he found that it was being overdriven or something.
Oh yeah. So the other question, Marcus, if you're still listening, how much power are you running? Because I'm a solid S9 into mic right now, and Marcus is definitely not as strong when I was looking at your meter mic. So Marcus, how much power are you running?
Well, I'm running the 100 watts, but my speech compressor, I think at my mic gain, my mic gain's at 60, and my compression's at about 5.
Well, it wouldn't be the compression. What's your RF output? Do you have a 9700?
Yeah, that's the firm.
Okay, well, it's the top one. Push that function button and then push the little blocks next to it to the left of the function button, and that'll bring up the power output, and it should be cranked up all the way.
That's affirmative. It is cranked up all the way.
Okay, so you're putting out 100 watts or close to it. So, but again, I don't know what's he got for an antenna. What's his horizontal antenna, Aaron?
I think it's the same as mine. It's a 2-meter whole loop. It's just I'm a lot stronger than you than he is. So that's I don't know. We might need to tweak with his audio and make sure he's getting all the power out.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you are a lot stronger in the audio department, and I don't see the S meter anymore, but you're stronger by ear. So, but Marcus is good. I mean, I wouldn't complain about either signal, but you're much stronger. All right, guys. 7-3. Good evening. Good evening to you, Marcus, and thanks for checking in. And I'm sure you'll get the station working better and better as time goes on there with the help of Aaron and Rob. KM6SRR with K6USY and KG6US. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot your call now. Marcus, K6MYC, Kilo 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie.
Hey, or we'll just kind of stand back here, KG6QNY.
QNY, good night.
All righty, good night, guys, and good night to everybody on YouTube. K6USY, Delta Mike 06.
Hey, good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SRR. I looked, I have 44. So I'll be sending you the list here. And good night to Aaron, K6USY, and good night, Marcus, K6QNY.
Good night, Rob.